Hey, everybody. My name is Rob Patterson. I'm the President Chief Executive Officer of Alterna Savings. And I'm here with Jocelyn Lamont, the Executive Director of Candlelighters. We, for our second time, have had a fully virtual fundraising event to help Jocelyn and her team and to really do what we can to support children going through cancer treatment in the National Capital Region. Jocelyn, great to see you as always. How are you doing, and how's Candlelighters doing?
Hi, Rob. Well, first of all, thanks very much for having me this morning. I appreciate that. You know, Candlelighters, we're doing okay here. We're very fortunate, thanks to supporters like you, that we are able to continue helping our families who are coping with childhood cancer. But, the COVID pandemic has been difficult for everybody. And I certainly feel for these families who are dealing with the added stress and, financial difficulties. But, on the whole, we're trending upwards with the whole pandemic thing. And we're just fortunate and grateful to be here and able to help families.
That's great. The work you guys do is phenomenal. And, I know this is our second year virtually, and normally we'd have our golf tournament. This year we had our virtual, silent auction again for the second year. But hopefully next year we'll be able to get back physically, get the golf tournament around, get more people out, and most importantly, hear the testimonials. A lot of the impact, I think, of the annual event we run is the ability to hear from the parents, the families, the cancer survivors themselves on the challenges of going for treatment and the support that they need, and it's the incredible support that you and the Candlelighters organization provide to them and their family. The support has been second to none that you've provided year in, year out for over 10 years. We've heard those amazing stories and the incredible work that you and your organization have done. And so without further ado, to get down to how we did on the virtual auction, Jocelyn, happy to say 55,000 were raised over the days, for you and your organization. So, thanks to all our supporters, all the people that bid on the items, and to all of our sponsors. But, again, Jocelyn, to you and your team, we hope the $55,000 will help. And I know that you will always put it to good use. So,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. How are the programs going?
So we have had a lot of families continuing to take advantage of the parking program for sure. But again, thank you again for these funds, which really, we dedicate a lot of this to ensuring that the e-reader program goes on. And with people being isolated and not going out, them being able to have those e-readers and access to information about their diagnosis and be able to access resources and, spend quality time, with family, sharing things like, just books, having a storybook to read your child while they're in hospital. I mean, those things have become so important, the time we spend with our families. And so this program is hugely impactful in that way, in helping families cope. So so appreciate that, being able to continue it with thanks to you guys and your partners.
That's great. And, as you were talking about the e-reader program, I think we all get it a little bit more now with COVID, right? We've had the kids at home and
Exactly.
phases of lockdown and having to keep that, connection. So,
Yeah.
it's great that you've been able to come up with that program and provide that support. The parking, I know that's the one that everyone is shocked by. Do you want to talk to everyone just a little bit more about, how expensive it is and the amount of visits and, how that impacts families?
So we have families that obviously you have to go to hospital to access your cancer treatment. And so we cover the costs of all the parking from the time families are diagnosed through their entire treatment phase and beyond. So, a child with leukemia will go to the hospital a minimum of once a week for 18 months. And so that is a lot of trips to the hospital. So considering it's, $15 a day or $12 a day, that in itself is a lot of visits. And that's just the scheduled visits. We have families that spend months, unfortunately, in hospital with their kids, 60, 70 days in a row, in and out, having to pay for parking. Well, they don't have to pay for parking. And that's just an added stress and truly a benefit. I had a mom say to me one time that, for her, it was such a psychological benefit to not have to be looking in her pockets and worrying about having the money or her credit card, that she could totally focus on ensuring that, following a treatment or when they were leaving, that she get her child comfortably in the car and really focus on helping her child. And so the impact of things like that are huge for sure. And they just go on and on and on. That's a cost that doesn't stop at all during treatment. Every time you go, you have to pay. So, it could impact families hugely in a negative way. So.
No, it's great that your organization has been able to identify, all of those challenges to the families and provide the support. I know you provided a lot of resources
Yes.
and that to the families to help them on the journey to understand it. It is a sad journey that families have to take, but yourself and Candlelighters do an amazing job of supporting them.
Rob, thank you. I appreciate those words. Thank you. And thanks to your team. I mean, your team are a joy to work with for us. They're very committed and very dedicated, and a caring bunch for sure. And they just, really make us feel like we do a good job as well. So I appreciate that also.
You do an amazing job, and you inspire our team to try and help you and support you in that. So,
Thank
yeah, you honestly, it's always been amazing to hear what you do, how you do it, and to hear from the people that have benefited from it. Look, if someone wants to make a donation, so they didn't make it to the silent auction or they didn't get the item, and they want to make their own personal donation to Candlelighters, how can someone do that?
They can go right online to our website at Candlelighters.net. And there's a donate now button right there. And they can read all about all the programs and services we offer as well. So www.candlelighters.net. That will take you right to us.
Fantastic. So hopefully some people watching this will decide to make an additional donation, and we can move that number up, because we know that you're going to put it to amazing use. So Jocelyn, great to see you.
You too.
Look forward to see you in person next year. Let's hope we can get there. But thanks again for everything that you do.
Thank you, Rob. Have a great day.